Capital, where year after year, Delhi has been grabbing the attention over the Diwali holidays over the deterioration of air quality, and this year is no different. The national capital woke up on Tuesday morning breathing arguably the most polluted air of any major city in the world. Delhi recorded its worst post-Diwali air quality in the last 4 years, with the air quality index in the very poor category. There was no discernible change today, which is Wednesday, either, and this is despite a 77% plunge in stubble burning incidents this October because of unprecedented floods that we saw back in September, both in Punjab and in Haryana. So here's what the air quality index in the last 5 days has been in and around the national capital region. Now, this is the window in which the Supreme Court had allowed the bursting of green crackers. It's a different matter that no one was really sort of regulating, monitoring, or paying attention to whether all these crackers were green crackers in the first place. But leave that aside. On the 18th of October, the first day that that window came in, the average AQI in Delhi was 268. It was in the poor category. It increased from there on. 24 hours later, it went up to 296. And even before we got into proper Diwali season, the AQI stood at 345. And yesterday, the day after Diwali, it increased marginally to 351. And today, the average AQI in Delhi was 353. So it's been on an upward trend over the last 5 days, that 5-day window that the Supreme Court had given for the bursting of green crackers. So what is causing this pollution? Is it just firecrackers? Is it more than that? The Delhi government, yesterday you saw the Environment Minister, Mr. Sirsa, coming out and pointing the finger in the direction of Punjab, where he claims that the Aam Aadmi Party government there is forcing farmers to burn stubble. Now, here's what the data reveals. And Punjab has put this out officially, the state government. They have recorded 415 farm fire incidents between the 15th of September and the 21st of October this year. That is down from over 1,500 incidents in the same period last year. The number of farm fires recorded in 2023, the year before that, stood at 1,764. So there's an 80%, almost 80% fall in the number of farm fires this year in that period between September 15th and October 21, as opposed to what happened last year. Again, this is not for any altruistic reason. It simply so happens that in 2025, Punjab had very, very deep floods well into late September, as a result of which the sowing season and therefore the stubble burning season has been pushed back further. So we haven't even got into peak stubble burning season just yet, and already Delhi's air is in the 350 very poor category. So can we have some common sense measures taken to address this concern? But first, I want to play out some political reactions.
ये तो खुलेआम बेईमानी और डेटा की चोरी है। और किसके साथ बेईमानी कर रहे हैं आप? अपनी दिल्ली की जनता के साथ आप बेईमानी कर रहे हैं। अपनी दिल्ली के भोले भाले लोगों को, जो बेचारे सांस की बीमारियों से परेशान हैं, जिसको किसी को ब्रोंकाइटिस है, अस्थमा है, निमोनिया है, कोई और बड़ी बीमारी है, उन लोगों को आप बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं कि AQI कम है।
देखिए, पॉल्यूशन के स्तर पे आप सब ने डाटा देखे। पिछले जो सरकारों के दौरान दिवाली वाले दिन का जो डाटा था और अगले दिन का डाटा था, हमारे कार्यकाल में वो डाटा कम हुआ है, बढ़ा नहीं है, कतई नहीं बढ़ा है। तो आप ये कहें कि इस बार तो आप कह रहे जी पटाखों की परमिशन भी थी, बाकी चीज़ें भी थी, तो भी वो जो गैप है दिवाली से पहले का और दिवाली के बाद वाले दिन का, वो कम हुआ है। तो पॉल्यूशन उस दृष्टि से पहले से कम है, और सरकार अपने जितने भी काम हैं वो सब कर रही है और करती रहेगी।
So it's not just the foul air that is now a focus, but the focus is also shifting to a frothy Yamuna, which we've seen over the last few years in this period. This is just ahead of Chhath Puja festival, which is of course very big through much of North India. So the Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta has announced that the long-standing ban on organizing Chhath Puja along the Yamuna river bed has now been lifted, and that marks a major change in the city's festive preparations for this year. The BJP government is crediting it to the reduction in pollution in the river, as well as the cleanup that's been undertaken by the Rekha Gupta government over the last 6 months. The BJP has been pointing to the river showing far less froth compared to previous years. The Delhi Chief Minister has also assured that water quality has improved and that there is no fourth formation expected during the Chhath celebrations. The BJP claims this is an improvement as a result of continuous desilting and the revival of modern sewage treatment plants and the tapping of drains across Delhi. But the Aam Aadmi Party has put out its own proof of no clean Yamuna on social media. There are videos of froth flowing across the riverbank, which were posted by AAP leaders to counter the claim by the BJP-led government. Here's what CNN News 18's reality check revealed earlier this morning.
The celebrations of Diwali out here in the national capital are still mired in politics. But now all eyes are on the celebrations of the holy festival of Chhath. Year in and year out, we have seen that how the ghats of the national capital, specifically during the time of Chhath Puja, get frothed and there is a lot of foam, toxic foam that gets collected. This time around, it seems like that the government is already taking proactive measures and is trying to make sure that the froth that has been a big political issue over here in the national capital for the past 3 to 4 years, that can be doused down as quickly as possible. In these visuals, you can see that the amount of froth that gathers over here has significantly reduced. One of the main reasons for that is the chemicals that are being sprayed over here by the civil defense volunteers and by the workers of the MCD. You can see in these visuals that these motorboats are just doing rounds over here that are actually spraying these chemicals to make sure that the froth that gets collected over here, that can actually be doused down.
All right, let's go straight across for a face-off on this. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us. Anmol Pawar is spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Sanju, I mean, the science is there, the data is there. It's clear that this year, much like the years before, the level of pollution before Diwali and after Diwali has gone up and gone up significantly. And we're not even in peak winter yet. We're not even in peak stubble burning season yet. And already the air is foul and polluted. What does the Delhi administration, what does the BJP have to say about it?
You know, Zaka, first and foremost, let's get one thing very clear. Diwali has very little to do with the air quality becoming poor between the periods of October right up till December. Because during winter season, there is the Kharif crop harvesting which happens in both the states of Punjab and Haryana. And the winter season coincides with festive season for Hindus. The winter season coincides with the Kharif crop harvest, which leads to stubble burning, and that stubble burning carried by northwesterly winds from Punjab reach Delhi, leading to a severe drop in the quality of air. That's point number one. And point number two, let's get data, because I say that data largely never lies. Stubble burning accounts for 20%, vehicular pollution for 29%, industrial emissions for 23%, construction dust for 17% of the overall pollution in Delhi and adjoining areas, which means, Zaka, 89% of the pollution that you see or the quality of air being poor that you see between the periods of October to December has to do with all these factors that I spoke of, and not necessarily Diwali, which has come under the scanner, and the festival of Hindus, which is being abused by so-called less liberal.
But tell me, ma'am, here's the data for 2025. This is official Punjab government data that's been released today. They are saying in the period between September 15th and October 21, that's a little over a month, the number of farm fire incidents in Punjab has come down to 415. The previous year, the same period between September 15 and October 21, it was 1,510. So there was a threefold increase or threefold drop from last year to this year. And they're saying that that's a 73%, 73.2% reduction in the number of farm fires. Again, not because of any altruistic reasons, but because the farmers haven't got to the paddy harvest, the paddy sowing season yet, and will probably hit there in a week or 10 days. But in this period, it's clear that stubble burning has fallen 70%. So why then is Delhi's air polluted?
You know, Zaka, the data that you have read out is basically from the 15th of September till 21st of September, which I also have at my disposal. Now, let's look at the broader picture. Let's not just pick 15 days or 10 days in a month. 2024, 49,992 incidents of stubble burning in Punjab, almost 50,000. 2023, 36,663 incidents of stubble burning. And as you and me speak right now, in Punjab, 10,909 incidents of stubble burning in Punjab, despite the fact that due to floods, this stubble burning has reduced because the harvest season has obviously got prolonged and pushed back. So the limited point is, while there may be a 70% or a 80% fall, even now more than 10,000 incidents of stubble burning are happening in Punjab, and last year it was almost 37,000 incidents of stubble burning, and Bhagwant Mann was castigated by the Supreme Court because, remember Zaka, very quickly, both Punjab and Haryana were castigated by the Supreme Court in October 2024, post which Haryana filed an affidavit saying we are taking action by way of prosecuting errant farmers. And then the Supreme Court asked Punjab, when the Haryana government has decided to prosecute, why is the Bhagwant Mann dispensation not prosecuting errant farmers who continue to burn stubble?
Anmol Power, I mean, the law is there. There is a law which includes, imprisonment and a hefty fine to all those farmers who are caught burning stubble. Sanju Verma is also contending that, the data is wrong and there are 10,000 fires in Punjab right now. What do you have to say to that? I mean, it's not just about crackers. I mean, crackers are just for one day. But what about the rest of the season? Effectively, Delhi has foul air all the way from October through to January.
In the next 2 minutes, Zaka, I'll prove that the BJP leaders are hypocrites and liars of the first order. When the Delhi was facing extreme severe pollution and people were struggling to breathe, the BJP government was busy in fudging and manipulating AQI data. When there was a visibility of just 20 meters due to pollution in Safdarjung area, the government record showed that there was moderate AQI of 300, whereas the independent apps and devices, they showed an AQI of 2000. Here's one of the proof that there was an AQI of 1768 in Narayana area of Delhi. Secondly, all the monitoring stations, there were 4 monitoring stations by the government, DPCC, IITM, IMD and CPCB. They were systematically turned off and disabled to give a false sense of security to the people of Delhi. Sanju Verma ji just now said that stubble burning contributes 20% of the pollution in Delhi. Here's the affidavit filed by the central government, by the BJP-led central government before the Honorable Supreme Court, 140-page affidavit, wherein 13th paragraph states that PM 2.5 contributes only 4% in winters and PM 10 contributes only 4% in winters. Secondly, last year we saw that how the central government agencies like Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Central Pollution Control Board and NASA itself stated that in the last 3 years Punjab government had done a wonderful job and they have reduced stubble burning incidents by more than 75%.
Mr. Sirsa says that farmers are being asked to cover their faces and go and burn stubble. They're also saying that NASA satellites, they've been advised to burn stubble during the night because the satellites can't pick it up and so on and so forth.
He's lying.
Okay, tell me one thing by any logic, that if there was stubble burning more than 10,000 incidents, then why is it that Punjab's AQI was 156 on the night of Diwali? Secondly, here's the latest data. UP-MP emerged as the new stubble burning hotspots. Only 39 incidents in Punjab. This is from 1st October till 14th October. And the top scientists of our country, they have very categorically stated, and the Punjab government itself stated on record, that from 15 September till 21st October, in 2022, there were 3,000 incidents. In 2023, 1,700. 2024, 1,500. And 2025, only 415 incidents.
No. The reason for the drastic fall is not. The drastic fall has nothing to do with lack of stubble burning. It's only that the sowing season has been pushed back by 2 weeks. But Sanju Verma, I think the BJP needs to concede. One second. Sanju Verma, the BJP needs to concede that this was a year where we could have had much better air because Diwali came early, it's warmer, and when it is warmer, the particulate matter does not get suspended, in the middle layer of the atmosphere. This was a year that we could have had great air, and yet Delhiites are struggling with 350 and 400 AQI.
You know, Zaka, I will just give you some data and I will come to your specific question. Please don't shout, Anmol. I did not heckle you. Show some decency. Thank you. Zaka, I want to say something. The day after Diwali and even the day before that, the average was computed for Punjab. Your audience needs to listen to the truth in 5 seconds because I will not have somebody barraging your audience with wrong data. Kapurthala in Punjab, the AQI was 1153. Jalandhar, the AQI was 1061. Ludhiana, the AQI was 898. And Amritsar, the AQI was 921. So the Aam Aadmi Party panelist either does not know the full form of AQI or he's hallucinating and living in La La Land, you know, throwing wrong data at your audience. But I want to say this to you. BJP came back to power in Delhi after 27 long years. I'm not saying we should not be accountable. Please have a gun to our head. We need to be accountable. But in the last 7 months, a whole lot has been done. And I'll tell you very quickly, the 25-point strategy of Rekha Gupta, the Chief Minister, and Delhi BJP is controlling the sources of pollution, which means dust pollution, vehicular pollution, construction waste, solid waste, industrial emissions, so on and so forth. But quickly, I will tell you this. Come November 1, 2025, only BS6 compliant CNG or electric vehicles will be permitted to enter Delhi. End of life, as in EOL, vehicles will be fully banned. And this will be enforced via ANPR, Automatic Number Plate Recognition Mechanism.
Okay.
And Zaka, you'll be happy to know that we are rolling out 5,000 electric buses.
I wish that
and we will have 10,000 electric buses in the next 2 years.
We will come back again on November 1 because I have a feeling that on November 1, the air quality is going to get far worse than what it is right now. I want to thank both Sanju Verma and Anmol Pawar for joining us. We'll see. Again, it seems to be stuck in this political blame game between the AAP and the BJP. Hopefully, we will have better air quality because of the changed climate and because of the changed calendar. We will see. We will see if it gets better before it gets any worse.